Welcome to another serotonin session from the Soma Space, Movement for Mental Health. My name is Kevin Braddock. I'm a fitness instructor and a Tai Chi instructor and a psychotherapist. And in this workout, we're going to do 8 simple Tai Chi movements. We're going to do them all for 1 minute each. And this one, so there's a few more in this session, plus a couple of them are going to be a little bit more strenuous. So we're going to start off with 2 variations of swinging arms, side to side, 1 variation backwards and forwards, 1 support the skies, squatting movement, another one which is Catherine wheels, sinking and making big circles, and then we're going to do some kicking, and we're going to finish off with a bit of punching as well, and finishing off the whole workout with a bit of heaven and earth to cool everything down. As with the other videos, what I'll do is I'll link to the tutorials for each of these movements that are elsewhere on this channel, so check them out. But I've got my exercise timer here. We're going to do each one for 1 minute each, just to begin with. You might want to do this 2 or 3 times, but try it out to begin with and see how you get on. So let's get into it. So make sure everything is nice and loose. And first movement, swinging arms, the simplest of all. Turning from side to side, feet are about hip width apart, parallel. My knees are slightly soft here. I'm sinking ever so slightly here. Getting used to this turning movement, looking where I'm turning. About halfway through the minute now. You might want to experiment with this movement by perhaps turning one of your palms upwards, coiling the arms a little bit. And now we go into the second variation of swinging arms. So I'm turning on the balls of my feet here and lifting my heels. Means I can look a bit further behind me, add a bit more into the twist. As with the other workouts, go at the pace which feels natural to you. Notice your energy, is it rising? Are you noticing yourself breathing a bit heavier? Last few seconds. And another variation of swinging arms. So this time I'm swinging my arms backwards and forwards and sinking and rising. Again, with this movement, you might want to experiment with turning your palms towards the ceiling, but also think about turning at the waist here. Sink and rise and turn at the waist. Third variation of swinging arms. Last few seconds and we're going to a different movement. And then support the sky. I'll link to this again in the vlog, but support the sky, slightly wider stance. Bring our hands into prayer position, and then I'm going to squat down and bring my hands through my legs. Point at the back wall, bring them back into a squatted prayer position. Rise back up. Hands come out to the sides and push the hips forward. And then keep repeating. Let's do a few of these, probably do about 5 or 6. Push the hips forward, Sink back down, prayer position. This one is called Support the Sky. Maybe one more before we move on. Beaten by the bell. Next one, Catherine wheels, a slightly wider stance here. My feet are still pointing forward. Sink a little bit. Start with my hands to one side. I'm going to bring them down. Turn to the other side. Back down. Turn to the first side. And I'm going to keep doing this for a few repetitions before we add in something else. Sinking and rising and turning. Feet are in parallel. And again, with all these things, try to make them as smooth, as gentle, as loose as possible. And then we can add in a few circles, hands coming over the top. Catherine wheels, hands come back over the top. It helps to look at your hands, watch your hands, see which way they're going in. A couple more. And next, standing kicks. I'm standing, and what I'm going to do is kick up to my hand. If you can't kick as far as your hand to begin with, see where you can get to. If it's as far as there, that's fine. This is where it gets a little bit more strenuous. You might also want to try putting your hands at 45 degrees like this. Adds a bit more into the movement. And two more Tai Chi based movements after this. Come back to parallel. 2, 3, and punches. So I'm going to have my feet slightly wider than hip width apart and sink. And I'm going to start punching. 1, 2, 3, 4. The elbow comes back underneath the shoulder. I'm punching directly ahead, as you can see. And I'm also coiling my arms so that my fist always lands in the same position. You can see I'm getting a bit out of breath already, sweating a little bit. This one is a bit more strenuous. You can either go slower or faster with a bit of a flick at the end of the punch. Staying in this squatted position, the horseback stance in Tai Chi. A few more, and then I'm gonna cool it back down. Last thing, heaven and earth. Feet are hip width apart. Soften the knees. Drop the shoulders. Hands out to the sides. Gonna bring them up and back down. Rise and sink. Rise and sink. Inhale as you rise, hands come to shoulder height. Exhale as you sink. A few more repetitions. Bring everything back to a kind of stable state after all this exertion and movement. Rise and sink. And big inhale. And a big exhale. And we've just done 8 Tai Chi movements. So this workout has 8 different Tai Chi movements, 1 minute each. You might want to try this once, twice, 3 times, possibly even more, but you see there's a lot of different movements going on in this serotonin session. Some sinking, some turning, some punching, some kicking, all sorts of different things. This is all designed to get everything flowing, get the energies flowing, get the serotonin circulating around the system. So give it a try. If you like this, then like and subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, and also perhaps check the description on this vlog where we have a link to our Introduction to Movement for Mental Health program, a 12-lesson online program that we published earlier this year. Lots more stuff in there.